We are drawing towards the end of Dmexco 2016 here at the M&M Global studio, and I'm thrilled to say I'm joined by one of our old favourite programmatic expert, Jay Stevens, now Chief Revenue Officer of Adform.
Indeed.
Congratulations on your new role. How's it going?
It's going famously, actually. It's really a great new challenge for me. In the last, I would say, 9 years of my career, I've really focused on supply side, having been a publisher at Fox and learning about and getting in the weeds with how you produce content, how you monetize content, all the operational aspects of it, and then obviously moving into ad tech with Rubicon Project. It had been largely a sell side history with me. So for me, it's a great new opportunity to learn a lot more about the needs of the buy side and how to service advertisers.
Now, in various guises, you've been to Dmexco a fair few times before, I'm sure. How is this year's event comparing to what you've seen in previous years?
Well, I mean, I've always said it and continue to say it. This is the world's premier digital marketing show. You've got 50,000 people here this year, I think is the number that Christian and Frank have been quoting. 1,000 exhibitors from all over the world. It truly is a spectacular event. I guess this is my probably 8th or 9th Dmexco, believe it or not.
Wow.
It was Dmexco before it was Dmexco, when it used to be OMD up in Dusseldorf, and then the folks brought it down here, and I've been here since the first year. So it's great to see their success and great to see what this means for the industry. Obviously, this is indicative of kind of the rising tide that we're seeing in the markets overall.
Yeah, no, huge growth and huge amount of new exhibitors, new technologies on display. It's obviously a complex landscape. But what do you think are the key trends that you're noticing this year compared to previous years?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a number of interesting trends. One is on the supply side, definitely seeing the rise of header tag bidding and the implementation of wrappers to allow for greater access to inventory on the programmatic side from the buyers. That's a really fascinating trend that we're seeing, and that's developing and taking off with extreme fervor. We're seeing it, obviously, it's happened in the US over the course of the last year or 2 years, increasingly now in the UK, where almost every major publisher has implemented that. And then obviously it's making its way over here. When it hits the continent, and what this means actually for advertisers is really the opportunity to find the audiences that they want and not have to be deep in the waterfall. I think the other, a couple more key trends. One is, obviously we're seeing further industry consolidation, and I think we're going to see more and more of that over the course of the next 12 to 24 months. Yeah. Based upon what rumors that we're hearing in the market and just activity on the private equity side that's being obviously is public in terms of who's getting bought and what's happening. And then I think the other key trend that we're seeing is the need for greater transparency, or that advertisers are asking for greater transparency now that programmatic is no longer just pennies in the sofa. It's actually real pounds that are in there that are being allocated to the channel. And so really as a result, we're seeing a big rise of advertisers really looking to take control of their tech stack and wanting to really own their data and know where it's going, how it's being used, and leverage it to its fullest. Obviously working closely with their agencies to do so, but that's a huge trend. And obviously one of the things that I think we at Adform are well positioned for is this holy trinity of creativity, trading, and data, really all in one full suite. So a DMP, an ad server, and a DSP, all working harmoniously together.
Yeah. What are you hearing from the buy side? In terms of what their advertisers, what they're looking for, what they're the transparency thing is a huge topic at the moment.
Yeah.
And as they walk around venues like this and they see the kind of different technologies coming forward, what are their priorities at the moment?
Well, I think smart advertisers are realizing that ad tech really is an extension of MarTech. And if you think about it, where does 80–90% of my marketing spend go? Oh, it goes into advertising. So technologies, that is being spent on, advertising is on one side. MarTech which is largely kind of the new name for CRM and customer communications management. The keystone, which holds the bridge that connects both of those together, is the data management platform, the data store where the advertiser's first-party data is sitting. And we're seeing a tremendous amount of interest in our own DMP, and obviously, and then how that then interacts with all the data coming in as a single record of truth from the ad server, and then being able to leverage that for programmatic campaigns and initiatives following on.
And I mean, what do you think we might be talking about? Fast forward 12 months and we're back here hopefully talking again. What do you think will be the big kind of topics perhaps 12 months on, or things that might have developed on and moved on a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, another area, and I think where we're starting to see the first real green shoots of this happening is in the area really of automated and programmatic guaranteed. And kind of the difference between the two is that automated guaranteed is really about workflow management and at the end of the day injecting campaigns directly into the ad server and really minimizing a lot of the operational overheads. So we've seen some interesting things happening in some of the smaller markets, Finland being a great example, where the top 15 publishers in the Finnish market all came together, created a single standardized workflow for how they work and respond with their agencies on briefs, and then how those campaigns are then trafficked in an automated way into the ad server. The other aspect of this, what I mentioned as programmatic direct, is really using the RTB protocol. And as header tag bidding begins to proliferate, it really opens up an interesting opportunity for programmatic guaranteed to come in and essentially be able to take advantage of the RTB pipes for advertisers to make spend commitments and guarantees to publishers, but also to be able to do different storytelling to particular users who they've bought based upon the data that they already have within their DMP, so that they can tell the story depending on where that user is in their customer journey and in the overall life cycle that they have with that brand.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for your time today. Are you long in Cologne, or are you going to be heading off fairly shortly?
Well, I think I might have bitten off a little bit more than I could chew. We're heading down to Munich for Oktoberfest. So,
wow.
Yeah, I think
that's going to be fun.
It's going to be a little brutal.
Enjoy that. That sounds like it's going to be a great time.
Thanks so much.
Look forward to seeing, well, next year, but hopefully before that as well.
We'll see you in Miami.
See you in Miami. Thank you.
Cheers.